Essendon great and Channel 7 presenter Tim Watson has warned against the romantic lure of reappointing James Hird as coach of his former club. Hird sensationally stepped away from the club at the end of the 2015 season, having coached the Bombers through the most turbulent period in their VFL/AFL history. Watch the video above. James Hird interviewed by EssendonAnalysis. Local footy in the biggest moments. 7 and 7+ are the home of footy shows for every fan. Stream them all for free on 7+ in the wake of the Essendon drug saga, which so heavily tainted his reputation in the game. Hird, the Bombers' most recent Premiership captain and one of their most decorated players, was seldom seen or heard. Since stepping back into the game at AFL level with the GWS Giants this year, he has emerged as a contender to return to the Bombers. Hird was officially interviewed by the club's subcommittee on Tuesday, confirming weeks of speculation that he would be considered for the role. But Watson has some reservations about the prospect of Hird returning as coach. "I think for a lot of people it would drag back all those things that happened and occurred during that period of time that he was there as coach," Watson said on SEN. He hasn't coached since 2015, he wasn't a successful coach back then when he did coach, although there were these unusual circumstances around all that. But maybe the sum of his experiences that he's had away from the game since then, and what he's been doing, has allowed him to develop a unique set of management skills. He's a super intelligent bloke, and all that would be unveiled through the interviewing process. It gives that group somebody else to interview, but also somebody else to measure the other candidates against. Watson said he'd be shocked if the selection panel chose Hird as their man, but welcomed Hird's courage to put his hand up, nonetheless. "I have to say that I'd be more than surprised if he ended up being the coach of the Essendon Football Club, but I'm happy for him to be part of the process and for him to have the courage to put his hand up and even go through with it," Watson said. Because he would have known what this would attract once it became public knowledge, he would have known it would put him right out there in the middle of the conversation again, which he has wanted to shy away from and avoid for a long time. Hird was first appointed at Essendon ahead of the 2011 season, having had no previous assistant coaching experience, much like the appointment of Michael Voss at Brisbane ahead of the 2009 season. Like Voss, Hird tasted finals action in his first season, but the pair both proved unsuccessful appointments thereafter. Watson is wary of the temptation to appoint a saviour to help revive Essendon, in the same vein as Voss and Hird's appointments might have been in years gone by, having been champion players for the respective clubs they then coached. "Let's say Essendon is broken, what will unite a club will be success," he said. Now, it doesn't have to come from James Hird being the coach of the Essendon Football Club to unite Essendon. The club would have been united under Ben Rutten or John Worsfold had they been more successful. We don't need a saviour to come back and unite the Essendon Football Club. We need somebody who's able to put a plan of action in place that is able to deliver success and to start to build a successful team again. That's what we need. My thought on all this is, you go through a process and if it's set up correctly and ask the right questions then you end up with the best candidate. Out of all this, it may end up being James Hird, who knows? The Bombers coaching subcommittee is made up of football boss Josh Mahoney, current board member Dorothy Hisgrove, four-time Hawthorn Premiership star Jordan Lewis, ex-Carlton coach Robert Walls, Melbourne Vixens netball coach Simone McInnes, people and culture expert and former NAB CEO Andrew Torborn. Lewis confirmed the panel interviewed 4 candidates on Tuesday, with 7 News Melbourne's Tom Brown revealing Hird, Adam Uze, Brendan Lade and Dean Solomon as the quartet. And finally, thank you all for watching the video. Please like and comment your opinion so we can discuss together. Don't forget to subscribe, press the bell to follow and update many other interesting news. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.